Welcome back, guys, to our playthrough of Pokemon Blue. Before we continue, I do want to touch base on one thing. In the previous episode of the playthrough, you will recall that I spent a great deal of time reflecting on times past and memories with this specific game, or specifically Generation 1 in particular. And one thing that I discussed was how I had two Game Boys, a big fat gray Game Boy and a slimmer forest green Game Boy Pocket, and I had red loaded up in one and blue in the other in a link cable, and I would trade myself in order to get all 150 Pokemon at the time, whether it was trying to obtain the version exclusives or simply trying to deal with the trade evolutions of Kadabra to Alakazam, or Graveler to Golem, or Machoke to Machamp, or Haunter to Gengar, whatever it was, that was something that I had to do as a kid, and I don't want to do that as an adult. I really don't like trade evolutions. I don't like versions exclusives, but obviously now we have Wi-Fi and all these other things to make it easier to trade, so it's not that big of a deal. But if we're playing a classic game like this, it's not so easy. On the front page of the Marcanine channel, I have I think my most popular video of all time is an instructional video on how you can change the way the game operates to avoid trade evolutions specifically and replace them with evolution by leveling up. So I've gone ahead and I've tweaked the game to do that. And so you can say what you will about illegitimate, whatever, that's fine. We're playing this game for the story, for the feel, and all that. It makes no difference, I think. But I just don't want to deal with the, I don't know, the tediousness of trying to find a way to evolve the Pokemon. So I just did the easiest way possible, leveling up. So when we come across a Kadabra, we come across a Machoke, whatever, any Pokemon that has a trait evolution, they will now evolve. Machoke to Machamp, for example, will evolve at level 37. Kadabra to Alakazam, 37. Haunter to Gengar, Graveler to Golem, all at level 37. That's the only major change to the game that I had provided, but I just wanted to touch base on that in case I forget to bring it up later, and then, you know, we get a Kadabra and it evolves at level 37, and you're like, whoa, how did you do that? Well, that's why. If you're interested in taking a look at how to do that yourself, just take a look at my channel, the most popular video I have, the instructions on that, and you can see for yourself how to do that. But I did apply that to this game, as I have with some of my other Pokemon playthroughs, and I've always been upfront and honest about that, just because I want to get those Pokemon, and I don't want to find some weird, method to do it, and this is the easiest way. So, anyway, now that we've said that, let's move on towards Viridian Forest. Are you going to Viridian Forest? Be careful. It's a natural maze. No, not really. It's kind of just up and down, really. Rattata may be small, but its bite is wicked. Did you get one? Is this I never really understood, is that... Oh my god, I just now got it. Somehow I never noticed, but okay. When I was a kid, I thought those little, dangly things coming out of the shoulders were angel wings. I thought this was a kid playing dress up. I thought this kid was dressing as an angel, but now I finally noticed, because it's, much bigger in front of my face. Those are freaking pigtails, dude. Those are pigtails. Oh my god. Jesus. Nearly 30 years later, and I just finally figured this out. I don't think this is a trainer. I think he's the only one here that's not a trainer. I came here with some friends. They're out for Pokemon fights. Great, so the other bug catchers out here are going to be a pain. I don't care for Weedle. I don't care for Caterpie. I don't care for Kakuna and Metapod. They can all appear here. This patch of grass, I don't know if Pikachu can be found on other patches of grass. Probably. But I am a superstitious person, and I've only found Pikachu in this patch of grass here. This is a trainer, though, so we're going to fight him. Oh, it's not. Okay, good. 100 Pokeballs to catch Pokemon with. You should carry extras. Good. So we're going to stick around in here for a little bit, and we're going to try to obtain our Pikachu, and then we'll hang on to it for a while. And eventually, we will get to evolve it into Raichu by the end of the game. Because I'm trying to think long-term what my lineup is. I know we're early, but if I play my cards right, we'll eventually get where we want to be. It's like a slice of watermelon. We'll eventually get where we want to be with our team pretty quickly. If we grind hard enough, we will blow through this game, and it'll be a pretty short playthrough, because I think, you know what, now I want to look. I am almost certain that the Pokemon Red playthrough was very short. How many episodes was that? Well, not too bad. It was 31. Okay, that was longer than I thought. Okay, that's longer than I remembered. Okay, 31 episodes. So I don't know if we'll be right on the money on that. But I think since that point, I've gotten a little bit better with commentary. I have a better quality mic, for example. Slightly better lighting. There's things that I've improved since the Pokemon Red playthrough. So I may go back and rewatch episode by episode comparison, just to kind of see how things have changed over the years. Because even though the Pokemon Red playthrough, that was like my first Pokemon playthrough and my first playthrough on the channel that I did, it wasn't the first video I made. I don't remember what the first video I made was, but I'm pretty certain I had some videos out there that were before Pokemon Red, but I ended up taking them down. I did something different. I don't know, whatever. But that is neither here nor is it there. So come on. How is it possible that I'm not running into any Pokemon? Am I just like randomly stepping in patches of grass? There it is, where I'm not hitting anything. Super strange. Weirdest thing ever, dude. You know what? I might as well just get some XP for this and try to get Squirtle to a high enough level. Because at this point, we're here for Pikachu. And you know what? I'm going to actually try and avoid Weedles and Kakunas as well. I think about that now. Because I don't know if Wild Kakuna can use Poison Sting. But I know, obviously, if you have a Weedle who knows Poison Sting, you can evolve it to Kakuna, and then Kakuna would know it. So I'm pretty sure Kakuna probably only knows Harden, like Metapod does. But we're going to avoid Weedle just for the poison factor, because I don't think I have any antidotes. So we're going to knock out Metapod, Kakuna if we see it, which is a little less common, Caterpie, avoid Weedle, and then try to get Pikachu, which might be really difficult. We might black out in that fight if it hits us with the Thunder Shock. So yeah, right, this is real time. I'm probably not going to edit it unless somehow like the RNG randomness of this all is just too much. If it's too long, I'll chop out the bits of me just hanging here trying to grind for this friggin' thing. But yeah, I want to see how long it takes to get a Pikachu. I don't remember how long it took me in the last episode. It must have been somewhat early. But and this music was haunting as a kid. It was very creepy and it was eerie to me. And I had so much stress trying to get through this. I didn't know a Pikachu was here early on. Friends told me I had to like double back and like all these little things. And it was just so much stress. I had no idea how big this was. As a kid, this super complex, very basic layout was like treacherous. As an adult, obviously, like I know better now. But as a kid, it was huge, you know? I have no idea when we're going to run into Pikachu. But I do remember reading an interview with one of the Pokemon creators, or at least a translated version of it. And he said that Pikachu is a very special Pokemon, and so they thought it would be fun to make it super rare. Like a 5%, 2 to 5% chance somewhere. I don't remember the actual rarity percentage chance of running into this thing. But it's here. And it'll take a while, but we'll get it. But he was just trying to say like, oh, it's supposed to be like a special little surprise. It's amazing to me after all these years how Pikachu is still like the poster child, as it were, poster mon for this franchise. So beloved. Which is funny because I feel like the more like rare and elusive and expensive merchandise that collectors go after features like Charizard, but some of it's Pikachu. I don't know. Fun fact. So I am an avid Pokemon collector. Shocked, right? You can see pretty much like a bunch of other collectibles that I have on the back wall here. But I'm an avid Pokemon card collector. And at some point I may do a video on my collection. But I finally got my hands on a birthday Pikachu card, and I'm really excited about that. And the reason why I'm excited about this is because it's a card that I've always wanted, but it has a little bit of a history with me. So if you know anything about the Pokemon trading card game, you've probably heard of that. Birthday Pikachu or Happy Birthday Pikachu or something like that. If you aren't familiar, I'll explain. But let's start with what initially my experience with this card was. So when I was a kid, and I was, you know, taking the bus to elementary school, 5th, 6th grade, I don't know, whatever. And kids were playing their Pokemon games and trading their Pokemon cards before they were banned in schools. Okay, this was back when like Pokemon cards were like dealing at crack or something on the street. Like they were banned in schools because kids would get into fights. Dude, I got robbed. Like a thief took some of my cards. Dude, it was a nightmare. So many things. I would try to smuggle cards into school and stuff like that. We would go, you know, like under the bleachers at recess and stuff like that. We would try to like hide in the shadows and just trade Pokemon cards. Dude, it was a real major operation. But anyway, there was an unofficial Pokemon guide. We'd find them in the grocery stores. And like, dude, it looked like somebody made all the art in MS Paint. Like, it was all rumors. Like, I have no idea how this is a publication that made it into grocery stores. I do not get it. Sometimes there was legitimate information in there. Most of the time there was not. But it was like some unofficial guide. I'm like, how in the world is this out here? But whatever. That was one of the things, actually, that magazine that started or somehow caught on and spread. Like that whole strength on that truck thing we talked about in the last episode, and Mew was under it by the SSN, you know? That stupid truck thing, or that stupid magazine was in charge of that. But anyway, I remember reading in that magazine about the birthday Pikachu card, and it's a Pikachu. He's like sitting with some birthday cakes and birthday candles. It was a holographic promo card, but it was in Japanese. And it talked about how the birthday Pikachu card was a very limited card, that there was only like 500 of or some nonsense like that were available in Japan. And I think we read somewhere or something that, or a part of the rumor that got appended on it later was that like they were given to Game Freak employees. I don't know. But it was in Japanese. I couldn't read it, so I didn't really know what the card even said or anything like that. But that, for a long time, was like rumored to be, oh look, Kakuna, the rarest Pokemon card ever made. And like there were sales going on for like hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for this freaking card. It was nuts, ridiculous. And so I was like, man, that's one Pokemon card I'll never get my hands on, you know. But crazily enough, as I was just doing my Pokemon trading card collection, I haven't looked up the birthday Pikachu card in a long time, because like, why would I? If it's that expensive, then it's got to be like $1 billion now. Obviously that's insane. No, I figured it'd be thousands of dollars by now. It wouldn't even be worth looking up and just like considering the value and the price that it has attached to it. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna ever buy that. So why look at it? Why remind myself that this tiny little piece of cardboard is like this expensive? So I, hadn't looked at it in years, but somehow, some way, for some reason, it got recommended to me on some sort of like online feed. And I was like, wait a minute, birthday Pikachu, there's an English version of the card and it's from Wizards of the Coast? That's weird, because Wizards of the Coast stopped. They stopped doing the Pokemon cards. Some other company took over, but all the Wizards of the Coast cards are pretty dope. But anyway, so they made an English promo for this thing, and I saw it, and I'm like, how is this super cheap? It was like $30. I'm like, this thing must be damaged. Maybe it's bent to crap. I don't know. It's just got to be in really rough shape. But then I was just looking online, and it was dirt cheap. It was like $100 for like a PSA grade 10 card, and the PSA is like that grading company that puts the card in like a permanent plastic encasing with like a serial number and a label on it and everything. And I was like, this can't be right. What am I doing? So I started looking around online, and I was like, what is going on? And that's when I discovered that, yep, the rumors of the birthday Pikachu card spread like crazy, and people were jacking the prices up. And apparently it was like third-party merchants and retailers that had the cards for sale that they were like doing all this. And just gouging and increasing the prices by spreading these rumors and stuff. But then it was like, yeah, it's not that expensive anymore. It's super cheap. You can find really good shape ones that are not PSA'd. And then obviously you can find ones that are a little more expensive that have the grading, or if they have like that little holofoil swirl thing. I don't know. If you know anything about Pokemon trading cards, you know what I'm talking about. But sometimes the holographic refractor sort of image, like the original Pokemon cards had kind of like a starry sparkle to it, and then later they had like the little oil spots, and the oil spots one, at least if I recall correctly, had like a little swirl, kind of like, think of like Poliwhirl, Poliwag, they had that little swirl in the stomach thing or whatever. There was that sort of holographic like refraction like on the card, and that's a very sought after, very rare little thing. I don't know if it even means anything, but it's there. And collectors go nuts for the swirls because they're less common. Because like if you take two holofoil cards and you put them next to each other, their shiny spot locations are different from card to card. So some go after different sort of layouts and designs of that, and one that's the most sought after is the swirl. I have a few of them myself, but anyway, the birthday Pikachu card that I bought had a swirl on it, and it was PSA graded, and I was like, I just want to have it just for the sake of like the nostalgia and the memories that we had spreading rumors about this card when I was in school. It's just like super crazy to me. It's freaking nuts. Could not believe how rare that thing was, and then all of a sudden like, nope, it's like super duper common. There's plenty around. Like we only saw images of it on Japanese, like really crappy scans uploaded to certain websites. Beckett, I don't know, whatever, any Pokemon fan website and all that nonsense. It was ridiculous. But now, like, I saw an English one. I was like, that's cool. Maybe I'll take a look at that and see what the price is. It's got to be a couple thousand, but nope. Nope, you can get them for like 30, 40, 50 bucks maybe. Because they're older, so like they are harder to come by. But you can get PSA graded ones that are... I think the most expensive one I saw was like a PSA 10, which is like a gem mint, like flawless card. It was like 250 bucks. I was like, man, it's... I mean, it's not that I couldn't afford it. It was just like, I don't care that much. But like, it wasn't a card that I ever thought I would buy, so I never really invested energy, time, or thought into like wanting to obtain it. And then I was like, oh, here's a super cheap one. I don't think, like I said, it was like 100 bucks or something. But it was in really good shape and had that swirl, and I was like, all right, cool. I'm good with that. Someday we'll talk about my collection. But like, I don't know. I have some really good gem cards there that are really difficult to come by. And I think over the years, YouTubers have been going nuts, making like an entire career over Pokemon trading card game unboxings and videos. And I'm like, damn it. It's because of those morons that have done that, the prices have gone crazy through the roof. And it's like, you want some of these Pokemon cards? Pfft, get a second mortgage on your house. Nuts. I was so close to completing my collection, and the last 5 or 6 cards that I needed to complete my Wizard of the Coast collection are all like now thousands. Like almost all thousands of dollars. It's ridiculous. And there's only like maybe 2 of like 5 or 6 cards that I need that are under 1,000. I'm like, ugh. It's just hard to justify spending that much. It's not about having or not having the money. It's just like, I look at it like this. You look at how much you're paid hourly. And so you make X amount per hour. Is it really worth that many hours of work, that many days possibly? Because like, I don't know. Let's say that you make $50 an hour. That's really high. But like, let's say that you make $50 an hour. So that's 8 hours a day that you're paid, right? So that's $400 a day. So if you're looking to buy a Pokemon card, that's $400. You have to do an entire shift at work at $50 an hour. Is it worth that? I don't know. If you get paid that much, maybe. But still. Oh my god, Pikachu, where the heck are you? I want to get through freaking Viridian Forest. This is nuts. And also the problem is, too, is if I level up Squirtle too much, I won't be able to do any damage to take him down in health when I do run into Pikachu. And so if he's like a level 2 or a 3, I might be able to one-shot him, and I don't want to do that. So my rock and hard place here is like, if this Pikachu that I run into knows Thunder Shock, he's going to wipe the floor with me. But I'm just going to have to do like my little up and B superstitious thing and throw Pokeballs at this little rat Pokemon, and hopefully it doesn't knock me out and send me back to the Pokemon Center. Which we're not too far away from. It's just, I don't want to deal with the inconvenience. God, come on, Pikachu. You're driving me nuts, man. It is amazing, though, over time, like, even from, like, Red and Blue to Yellow, how the Pokemon have changed. Because Red and Blue came out, God, I want to say 94, 95 maybe? That was just before the Pokemon anime came out, where Ash came into the scene. And Ash is very loosely based on Trainer Red here. But when Yellow decided to, like, do a little remastering and changing of things, it obviously pulled a lot from the anime. And then that redesigned a lot of the Pokemon. So, like, Squirtle looks so different. Charmander looks so different. So many Pokemon do not even resemble their original variations. Like, Caterpie's kind of close, but the thing is they gave him those weird little horn things, and they look like angry eyebrows. He looks like an old man, doesn't he? That did more damage than I expected. Squirtle will get to level 12 for sure, but the trick is like, we're going to have to spend a lot of time grinding Pikachu, because we're not going to be able to do anything with him at all once we get to Mount Moon, which I'm pretty sure, right? Is it Mount Moon that we have to go through before we get to Cerulean City? Because it's all like Zubat and Rock Pokemon. They're going to kick the crap out of us, because Pikachu won't be very strong, and he obviously has an electric type, won't be able to do anything to them. So we have to plan accordingly. I need to level up Squirtle to level 12 so he can do some significant damage against Brock. I need to catch this Pikachu. Then when we finally get out of Viridian Forest, I need to find a male Nidoran. The Nidorans aren't version exclusive, are they? Because that would be really freaking annoying, dude. I would lose my ish. Oh, man, this is taking forever. Because I think by the time we're ready to take on the Elite Four, which is like weeks away from now, if we do one video a day, it'll be a couple weeks before we can get there. But once we get to that point, ideally, I'll probably have Blastoise on my team, Raichu, Nidoking, Flareon, Mew, and I'm deciding whether or not it'll be Machamp or Gengar. Is that 6? Blastoise, Mew. There it is. Heck yeah. Raichu. Okay, so we got to be careful. I need to hit him with a tackle, and let's just see. This is gonna suck. You know what? I'm just gonna throw a Pokeball. We have 15. I'm not even gonna worry. Up and B. Come on, God, please be with me. Oh yes, thank you, God, it worked. We didn't take any damage or anything. That's great. Okay, so yeah, so Blastoise, Raichu, Mew, Nidoking, Flareon. Yeah, and then... Oh, thank God, we gotta save it right now. Please don't fail me now. So good. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's go fight some people. Alright, this is our first trainer battle outside of the default against Blue. Hey, you have Pokemon. Come on, let's battle them. So exciting. Bugcatcher wants to fight. Bugcatcher sent out Weedle. Oh, it's level 6 too. Dang it. Yeah, we're gonna need to spend some time with Pikachu as well. I'll worry about that once we get out of here. Ooh, come on, don't poison me. I feel like the rate of which we get poisoned is pretty high. Oh, you know what? We also don't have any sort of experience here too. This is that thing where we're gonna struggle leveling up unless we'll probably just take Pikachu back to Pallet, do some grinding. I'll do that in between videos, so that'll be annoying. I don't want to deal with that much. Well, actually, Caterpie's easier because it's not a poison Pokemon, so... Oh, he does know Thundershock. That wasn't bad. Man, if he used Thundershock, that would have been real bad for me. Yeah, he should have a decent time leveling up here. I could take another hit. Ooh, doubled. Friggin' Pikachu. Don't knock me out. Okay, I need to heal up. Brilliant. Perfect. And then I think, what is that? 2 Thundershocks, and then he should be done. Maybe 1 if we get lucky. Come on, baby. Because if we had a level 5 against Blue's level 5, and we leveled up, level 3 against a level 6 should be... God, I would think even 2 levels, maybe, depending on the XP that's going to be popping up to us. Sweet. That's it? Or must be right on the cusp of leveling up. No, Caterpie can't cut it. $60, okay. So there's not really much to this. We can just go up and around. I think there might be one shortcut that we can take that has like an actual use of the HM cut. Contact Professor Oak via PC to get your Pokedex evaluated. I don't care about that. Okay, let's see. So we're gonna put Pikachu out front for now. Yo, you can't jam out if you're a Pokemon trainer. How many you got? Don't do Weedle. The one I just don't want to do. Oh, he's even stronger now. We won't black out, but I want to see if I can knock him out. That's not good. Because I know Squirtle will be able to take the... Oh, he went twice. Oh, wait, no, we hit him with it. Ugh. This is the worst part. Because I don't... Later games don't do this, but when you walk, the game will shake visually now. And Pikachu will get knocked out no matter what. If we can somehow get him to level up. See, if this was then we'll have enough HP, then I won't really worry about it too much. But I am worried now, like, Well, I'll think about this in the future. If I ever do like one of those Nuzlockes or whatever, I don't know all the rules. But if I think about that, we'll have to make sure we have tons of antidotes because if we don't have enough time, we'll be knocked out by the time I try to get to the Pokemon Center because I don't have an antidote. Let's see. We'll just deal because he's going to get KO'd anyway, so we'll take out the damage as much as we can. Yeah, the defense is not going to help you. This is still a special. Ooh, there we go. Right? I think they have the specials. I can't remember. Were there six stats? Defense, special defense, attack, special attack, HP, and speed, right? We'll be able to pull this one off at least or level up. There we go. We're gonna do what we can here. I don't want to run the risk of Squirtle getting poisoned. There's just no benefit for me to do that. Because I think after this, I'm gonna just try and run through the forest. Pikachu get knocked out, and then we'll head to Pewter, and then we'll worry about getting Nidoran in the next one. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot this. I'm so dumb. We have Squirtle up here, and I didn't even think. There we go. Pikachu's here. Sorry. Should have done that earlier. Nice. Coming in clutch. Another level up. Brilliant. Huh? I ran out of Pokemon. $70. Okay, yeah. That. I hate that little seizure thing. Oh my god. What do you know? We'll be fine now because... Oh, we did have one already. I didn't realize. We'll buy more potions later. Cool. Great shape. Follow Nuzlocke rules and we're still good. Damn, I can't remember. Is this going to take me where I want to go? It might. I feel like the long path is always the path to go. If there's a shortcut, it'll screw you over somehow. I was gonna say, how am I getting that far without running into anything? What level are you? 6. That's worth the fight. It probably only knows Harden. So we can probably knock it out. We won't take any damage. I'd be surprised if he pulled out like a tackle or something. Brilliant. Well done, Pikachu. Are we good? Nice, nailed it. Oh, we have one more fight. Trainer tips. No stealing a Pokemon from other trainers. Catch only wild Pokemon. Someday I'm going to do a hacked version playthrough where I don't use any of my Pokemon. I just have Master Balls and just steal everyone else's Pokemon and play the whole game stealing. That's it. That's how I survive. I catch everyone's Pokemon. Hey, wait up. What's the hurry? Weedle. Ooh, he's a tough one. Pikachu should be alright, but I should expect that I'm probably going to get poisoned again, which is fine. I expect poison happening. Don't you do it now, though. Okay. Yeah, keep using String Shot. I'm good with that. Throw a tackle in there for good measure. Just don't hit me with too many poison stings. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Weedle. Surprised I haven't seen more memes of the weed in his name. I feel like there's some potential there. Nice. Leveling up is so simple. I give. You're good at this. Yeah, I got you, son. And this is the exit, too, so we're, like, right here. Maybe one more wild encounter? There we go. Leaving Radiant Forest. Pewter City ahead. Boom. Have you noticed the bushes on the roadside? They can be cut down by a special Pokemon move. Many Pokemon live only in forests and caves. You need to look everywhere to get different kinds. Okay, So now we're outside Viridian Forest and we're good. Perfect timing too. Look at that. Sweet 30-minute mark right around. Now I believe Nidoran can be found in this patch right here, but we'll worry about that in the next episode because we're going to have to do some grinding to level up to prepare for Brock. We're going to have to catch a Nidoran, and I don't know what level they learned Double Kick, but that would be useful against Geodude and Onix, I think. But I'll worry about that stuff later. For now, thank you guys for coming back and revisiting our playthrough of Pokemon Blue in this second episode of the playthrough. If you did enjoy the video though, you can show your love by hitting the like button. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel as well, be part of the Marcanine community. And also, if any feedback that you may have for me, tips, tricks, anything you just want to share, maybe talk about your experience with Pokemon Blue when you were a kid, or even Pokemon Red, or any Pokemon game, whatever you want to talk about, feedback or just overall comments, leave it down in the comments section, of course, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. I do also reply to all initial comments. I've talked about that many times before. Also, while you're here, do not forget to take a look at the description box. There's some links that might be of interest to you, one of which is a link to the Marcanine community Discord server. If you want to be part of that group, you can chat with me directly. There's also a link to geekoutpost.com, an entertainment and media blog that I own, operate, manage, design, and write for. It's a great place to stay up to date on the latest entertainment and gaming news, reviews, and rumors if you're into that kind of thing. Otherwise, just know I appreciate you and your time, and hope to see you when we continue on with more of our playthrough of Pokemon Blue version right here on the Marcanine channel. Alright guys, that's it for me. Take care, be well, and I hope to see you soon. Later.